exercise that we did for the vectorize club. Look on here, this is the result that we did for the vectorize club, so you guys can join and learn even more tutorials on my Patreon. Okay, it is available in this link, and the link is also available here below. All right, so guys, let me know if it's working already. Let me just click here on the chat to see if you guys can see me. All right, Ben, Tick, Eric, George, hello my friends, hello. So let me show you what we are gonna do today. The challenge is about how you guys can design your room, and today we're gonna see a isometric version. All right, hello Eric. Okay, it's working perfect. All right, so before we get started, I want to split this tutorial in in topics. So the first thing you guys need to do using Affinity Designer, I'm using the Affinity Designer on desktop, but you guys can try to use on iPad. But for this purpose, that I'm doing right now, I highly recommend you guys to use desktop, okay? Because the isometric on here is better, okay? So the first thing you have to do is to set up the guides. Click here in View, okay? And you guys will see the studio that is isometric. My isometric is here, okay? Is here below. But I will activate here right now the guides management. This one here, grid and access manager, okay? Click here and you guys will see here this screen, okay? And I will leave this as standard for isometric, okay? So you guys can have others views. Let me activate here the grid. There's a grid. My one is pinky, this one here. And if you guys click here, you can change the view of this grid, and you guys also can custom this, by selecting in this one here, 2-axis custom, and you can just change here by the angles. But I'm going to use the isometric because it's the most used for games and for the market. You also have this cube functionality. This is very new for me because I haven't noticed this. I think this is new, and perhaps they will start to develop something like 3D. I'm expecting this from Affinity, to be honest. Look how nice it is. You guys can set here the grid based on this cube, okay? But as I said, I will use the isometric, okay, like this. And I will set this to 64 spacing, okay, 64. And the divisions that I'm gonna do is I will split to 4, okay, let's see, 6, oops, 6. And look, we have a bigger line, okay, that is this one, and the divisions that is the small one. I can reduce the opacity or even change the color. As you guys can see, I like to use the pinky because it's a color that we can see and we don't use it often. I'm gonna use the pinky, or you guys can use red, but I will leave it as pinky, okay? And look, we have 64 this setting of spacing, and you guys can change this. Look, this is the grid that we have, and you guys also can change this. I will leave as 64, okay? Okay, 6 and 64. Close this. All right, so the first step we did already, okay? The set up the guides. And guys, you need to take a photo from your room, okay, for this challenge. Hello, 𝚅𝚎𝚌𝚝𝚑. Hello, my friend. And you guys, we need to take a photo from your room. I have a photo from my room here already on Telegram. I got these pictures. This is my room, So I will try to design this, but not everything, okay? I will not do everything. I will just do the most relevant objects, okay? This is my bed. Oh, okay, it's a very mess on here. I'm planning to record a studio tour, to show you my desk, and this is my desk. And okay, so just to show you what I'm gonna design, okay, so you guys can just copy, click here, copy, in your version. Okay, I'm using the Telegram, you know, in order to take photo from my phone and send to my desktop. You know, it's very amazing. Just paste on here. Let me grab another one, that is this one. Copy. Okay, this is the reference stage. All right, just to let me know if it's working. Okay, it's working. Okay, now you guys will start to build the isometric shapes. In order to do that, it's quite simple and easy. Pay attention to this, guys. I will hide this and I will start right now to design the ground. Let me activate this. Okay, if I grab here the rectangle, as you guys can see, all right, and I will just see here right now the isometric panel, and you guys will see these options. It's very awesome. You know, I can now activate here. Let me create a layer. Okay, and you guys can activate the enable planes, and you guys will see these planes on here, front, side, and top. All right, I'm going to use the top to start to make the ground right now, and click here, edit and plane. Okay, and look what I'm gonna do. You design this. This is the ground, and make sure that your snapping is turned on. All right, we have a snapping on here. Let me grab a different color like this. Okay, and it's on here. All right, so this is the first ground that we have, and I'm going to design one side. Click here on front, and guys, I will teach you a very nice thing. You know, there's the color on here. All right, this color that I'm using. Click here, you guys will see this add card to swatch, I guess, and click here shades. All right, you're gonna see these shades, and what's gonna happen, your Affinity will create in the swatches all the colors that is you know, the shading from this one. Let me explain better. I will design here the front, this one. Okay, and I will click in this color. Look, we have the colors that is based already in the tones, you know, the values. It's very amazing. All right, and what you guys can do in order to save my time in your time, guys, keep in mind to duplicate this. You can design, click on here and design this side. All right, you can do that, but I like to duplicate most of my time like this, and try to decide already in which direction you want to have the lights. Look, the result that we got already. This is the isometric. All right, what works one side will reflect in another side. You know, this is the principle by isometric. So if you mirror on here, you know, if you flip, they will not change nothing, you know, but if you will change just a little bit the angle, and you guys will see a quiet difference, and try to keep everything aligned. Okay, all right, so I will design right now the walls. I will duplicate this and apply into here, and just drag, okay, until perhaps here. I can adjust layer on. I'll duplicate this. I have here below, you know, my hotkeys that I'm using. I hope you guys can see. I'm pressing Ctrl, and now I'll duplicate this onto here, pressing Command, and if I press Ctrl, in my case V, I can flip. Okay, and I will change to this color on here. Press I. This is the color picker, and you guys can select this. And look what we got so far. This is the result for the room. I'm not caring about the colors right now. It's just the shapes. We are dealing with the shape stage. Let me show you, in case you are, you know, new on here, and you guys will get familiar to my process. We follow my John principle. We focus on the shapes, later on colors, and later on the details. Always leave the details to later on, and you guys can learn much more on my Patreon. Thank you. Look, you guys, I will now duplicate this onto here. Okay, let me activate the grid system just to see, and I will do the walls. You know, it's quite simple, this one. you guys can always, you can change this already, you know, because there is a edit in plane activated. But in order to show you in a better way, you guys can, you know, design like this. And let's see, let me change this background just a little bit to more a bit dark. Yeah, I think this pink here is too strong. I can change this right now. Let's see, the opacity, just a little bit low opacity, you know, to not bother my eyes. So keep in mind that it's very important to not get this. Alright, so I'm duplicating this bottom side, the floor, onto here, and this one here as well onto here. Okay, I always like to I think it's better just to duplicate this, you know, duplicate this and flip. Okay guys, I'm doing this very slow in order to help you to follow this, you know, and I can snap this a little bit better. Okay, and you can adjust later on. I will duplicate this side as well and apply on here and flip. Okay, and look, this side here needs to follow this color. Okay, this color, and press I, and here we go. So this is our first cube room that we have. I'm going to group them right now. Okay, I'm going to group them right now, and this is the result that we have. All right, this is the room, and look, I'm going to start to design the table, the bed, the window. In order to do that, what I'm gonna do is I will create the window shape. You guys can also plan, you know, look at the reference. So I have here, you know, the window, I have the bed, the table. Focus on the meaningful objects. All right, I will create right now the window like this. Let me change this color. You need to apply this above. All right, don't forget, like this. Okay, I will bring this a bit dark just to place here where I'm gonna apply. And here's the table. The bed will be applied on here. Okay, take just focus in one direction, you know, to design where the things will be placed. All right, the table, and I have another small table on here, you know, it's in my side. Let's see the reference. It's here. You know, the small table is here. Also, we have the chair. The chair we can apply on here. Okay, so make sure that this is our planing. Okay, this is our planing. I will bring you this color here just to see which one is. Okay, I just select the objects, the shape, and change the color. Okay, just to see which one is. All right. Okay, so now in this step that I have, I will start to create the depth. All right, the depth is quite easy. In order to do that, you guys can duplicate from this one, okay, from this shape, but I will try to design this using this one. I will bring this, let me activate the grid system and create the sides. I'm not going to change the color right now because we can save it more time doing the shapes only. Okay, so we have the depth for the table, and I have here in my table below, I think you guys cannot see, but there is a, you know, a stand on here, a support on here, and I will design this already. In order to do that, I'm going to group these three shapes that I have. Okay, these three shapes, and I will duplicate this. Okay, and resize this onto here, and I will change. This is the way that I do. All right, I don't like to create all the shapes. I like to duplicate. And here we go. I'll make a, you know, in a different art style, more, you know, a squared style, I guess. Let me adjust this. There is a, it's because of the grid, it's trying to follow the grid, you know. This is why we have some gaps. Okay, but we can adjust later on. Okay, so I have this, and I will adjust unto here. This shape. Okay, this is much more adjustment, guys. If you follow this grid system, you can design everything based in this grid. All right, the same for this one. Okay, I have this side on here. I will change to another side, front, and apply it onto here. Yeah, I will change this color just a little bit, but look, we have overlapping, and this is a thing that we don't want. We need to apply this below. Okay, these shapes here needs to be below of the desk. The desk is this one, so you guys can type the name of your objects. Okay, stand like this. All right, look, we have the ground already. Very nice. I can change this color just a little bit. Later on, I focus on the color. Here we have already the snapping. Look, you guys can see, and just press shift and drag until here. Okay, and here we have the result already. The desk, we can apply more colors later on. Okay, don't worry. And also we have the computer. We can design here the computer screen. Let me grab the rectangle. All right, I'm just using the rectangle, nothing more than that. Even the paint tool I'm not using. This is the monitor. Okay, I can duplicate this already and resize this onto here, bring this to dark, and this one can be a bit white. Okay, look, this is the monitor that we have already. Okay, it depends if you have a Mac. I have a notebook here, MacBook Pro, but another monitor, and this depends about which monitor you guys have. Also, I will design the depth of the sides, you know, and let's design here the top of this one. Okay, rectangle again. Activate the. Look, you guys, we have, you know, the grid on here, and you guys can activate a better grid. You know, let me open here again the grid and axis manager, and I will activate here to 12. Okay, to 12, in order to have more control over the grids. I'll create this one. Okay, like this, a bit white. Look, the result already that we have. Very nice. And this one here will be the side. Okay, a bit too dark. Look, pay attention, where is the light? Okay, pay attention, where is the light, in which direction you guys want to have the light. In my case here, I have in this side here. Okay, so always think about this. Let me just grab this, bring this a bit white, and this one as well a bit too dark. Look, very simple and easy to do that. The light is here and the dark. Okay, just show you how we are creating that. So we have the desk already, and of course we are going to have even more objects around here. It's not so simple, you know, just to let you know, it's not easy. It's not very easy to design all of this one by one, because there is a lot of shapes that you guys will create, you know, like the keyboard. Oops, and make sure that the side is correct. I'm using the top right now, okay, to design the. Let me group already the monitor. Okay, I will group. Make sure to group all of them, guys. Okay, so you guys can even, for example, duplicate this and apply onto here. It's up to you, you know, just show you. I will design right now the keyboard. This is the keyboard, and the mouse will be placed on here. Let me see the reference already. I have a lot of objects. I have the tablet, but in this situation, I'm not going to design all of them. Perhaps just the cup, because the coffee cup, because of the circle. Okay, so you guys can use the ellipse and design this. You know, look how amazing it is. You know, I'm using the grid system, and look, about to create a depth for this object, I will just duplicate this and press shift and drag into here. Resize this a little bit, and you guys will have a very nice shape already. In this situation, I like choose the pen tool. Alright, I like choose the pen tool. Why? Because you can connect this point here until here and at the edges of this cup. Okay, this one here needs to be above. Okay, let me show you what's happening. So we have three shapes that will represent my coffee. Look, let me show you. This is my coffee. It's black, and I will bring this to black. And look, we have this bow shapes, you know, and I will merge them. Okay, how you guys can add them? How you guys can do that? You have an option here below, here at the top actually, add. Okay, and here you go. It's together, and we have already our cup. I will duplicate this shape. Okay, duplicate on here. Guys, I always use the hotkeys. I'm not going to select all of the interfaces, you know, because this takes a lot of time. I want to be, you know, dynamic. And look, I'm resizing here my coffee, and I will duplicate this again because we have a depth, you know, inside. So again, this one, look, this one I will bring into this color, will be applied here inside. Okay, inside of the shape, this shape here. Okay, let me change this color a little bit like this. So this is my coffee already done. Okay, just to show you already the nice result that we got. Of course the mouse is not in this shape, but we are going to design this. I'm going to use right now the corner tool, select all of the nodes and bring onto here. Okay, look how nice it is. This is a very tricky. What I'm doing is using the nodes that we have of this rectangle and using the corner to make this rounded. All right, and you guys can change the shape by doing this. And look, we have a very nice shape already for this mouse. My one is, I will not follow my own because my one is very strange. You know, it's a very cool mouse. I like it, and I will do a standard mouse. Okay. The curve here I need to change to reset this and make the width small like this. Okay, look, this is the shape for the mouse. This is the result that we got so far. Okay, guys, I will read the comment section later on. Okay. So yeah, I guess I am living on Star Wars. Okay, so this is the result that we have for now. I will change this. Look how nice it is. If you rotate this, you guys can see, you know, the plane is following. Let me show you. Look, there's a rectangle selection, you know, and the rectangle rotation will follow the plane that we have on here, you know, and you guys can bring it just onto here. This look like the, you know, the mouse from Apple. Like this. Yeah, it's not too bad. Alright, so we have the depth for the keyboard. Another technique that you guys can try to use is duplicate this and place this below, you know, and bring this color to a different color and drag and drop here below. And you guys need to, you know, to design the sides. In order to do that, you can convert it to curves. This is a technique that I use sometimes. Alright, just select here, create a node and drag. Maybe this is a fast technique in some situations, you know, but in case you need to paint this side, you are going to have some problems, you know, because you need to create another shape, and there is always a new technique that you guys can explore. It depends about the situation. Okay, So this is the keyboard, and I will create just some lines on here. Okay, just some lines. I'm using the pen tool to create the lines. All right, I can change the size of this. I will clip this right now inside of this rectangle. Okay, and you guys can duplicate. Look how nice is this. If I duplicate one time, pressing command, and you press command and duplicate, you know, on here, duplicate, it's going to duplicate and follow the same pattern that you have created. This is really awesome. And I will design right now a vertical, you know, another side like this. I will leave a little space for the space, you know, like this. You don't need to be realistic, you know. This is a custom and stylized version. I'm not going to make the types, you know, on here, the words. Just like this is enough. Okay, like this. This is the keyboard already, guys. Look how nice it is. I hope you guys are enjoying. You know, this lesson here, I can say it's not easy, you know, to make, but this is the challenge that you guys can grab. I'm considering right now to split this in 2 different live streaming. You know, I will make this small, bring it to here, and change this color to make the depth. Okay, this is my window, right? And perhaps I will add this one. Let me add the top on here like this, and the color, and change the color. Make sure to group all of your shapes, you know, because sometimes when you create a lot, you can get very confused. Like this is the window shape that we have, and let's change this shape inside to you know, perhaps this. Okay, and you guys can create a more window feeling. In order to do that, I will do this shape, bring this in this color on here. Okay, and duplicate this and rotate. All right, look, I'm saving a lot of time by doing these techniques. So I've designed right now the window, and now I will design the bed. Look all the things that we have done right now, you know, the room. I will design right now the size of this bed. Look, this is just the shape stage, you know. It's quite tricky. I will bring this color, make this a bit white, this one as well. Oops, change the size. Okay, with more you practice, of course, your muscle memory will wake up, you know, and suddenly you guys will start to design everything, you know, without looking at the keyboard. This is why it's so important to practice, guys. You know, if you are watching me on here, you know, take your time to develop your design. You know, don't be very anxious. You know, you need to have patience. A lot of people don't have a lot of, you know, patience to learn. They want to be good, but they don't want to practice. You know, and let me just apply this onto here. In this one. Okay. So we have the shape for the bed already, and I will design the pillow because I have a pillow, of course. Where is the reference? It's here. I have a pillow on here, and I'll make this a bit dark. This one will not be square. I will try to make this more soft and rounded. In order to do that, I'm going to use this corner tool. Okay, corner tool to make this rounded. And here you go. We have a soft You guys can always change already, you know. Perhaps this bed here, I will change the shape also. Look, I'll make this rounded at the corners. This one I will resize into here. This needs to be applied below, okay, like this. Let me show you. This is the bed, and I will make this rounded as well. Okay, these corners here, like this. All right, look, this is the result that we got so far. Yeah, I need to achieve this. I will reduce a little bit this. Okay, it's good now. And look, you guys, another technique that you guys can try to use. We have the corner that is rounded. Make sure, guys, to duplicate this, okay, and place this inside of another layer. This is a very technical, you know, you can't skip this if you want to do this. I will bring this a bit to white, and this is the result, you know. I'll make this a bit dark. Here we go. I will start to change later on the colors. I will make the shape here like this, the front shape. Yeah, this is not, sometimes not so, you know, so easy to design. You need to have a lot of patience to design this. Yeah, it's working. Another side. I'm a bit tired already to explain all these steps, but this is the thing that we are creating, you know. You need to design all the sides like this. We have a nice result already. I will group this. Oops. This one with this and this. Okay. Press Option and select all of them and group. Okay. The same for this one. Okay. This project is getting very big already. Just check here. Try to move a little bit in order to see where is the shapes. Okay, look, this is the shapes, and just this. Okay, so look, you guys, this is the object that we are creating. I'm just make some adjustment on here, you know, and I will just create the chair. All right, I will create the chair right now, and I'm going to use the same principle. I will just resize here at with the corner tool, you know, to make the chair, and I will duplicate this, apply this inside, drag and drop to the top, and change the color to a bit white. Okay, so we have this shape already, and look, we have this object. All right, we have this object, and I will duplicate this. Okay, I will duplicate this, and I have here this option, the front, and if I click here fit to plane, you guys will have this result, but you guys can also change to another side. Okay, like this. All right, you can let's say fit the position that we have before to a new one. Okay, this is happening because I have the opposite side, you know. I can change this by drag and drop on here the shape like this. Okay, so this is a new solution that you guys can apply. All right, and you guys can resize this. This is really amazing. Look, we can make this a bit more, you know, distortion of the form just by creating this. All right, look, I'm creating a kind of a warp like this, you know. And let me change this color here a bit to black, because my chair is black and white. And I will create other shapes on here, you know, like this. the white shape using the C, the corner, and design here this one. Okay, and I will resize this until here. Apply this at the top. This is the shape that we have. All right, and hopefully we can change the size, the transform of this just by resizing like I'm doing. Okay, you can adjust here like you guys can see. All right, and this one will be applied like this below, I guess. All right, so let's see. Of course we have the bottom side of the chair. Let's do that. In order to do this, I would teach you a new technique. All right, I always have new things to show you. Please don't quit. I will click here top, and you guys will see this shape. All right, top, and design this, and there is the teeth at the top. Okay, and you guys can click here and resize unto here. I think there is, let me see, six like this sides. All right, and I will just place this below of the chair. And we group then. Okay, this one needs to be applied below. And look, we have the shapes, and you guys can change everything, by using the settings from this one. Okay, I will resize it into here, and I'll create the rectangle. Let me deactivate these options. A rectangle, normal rectangle, and I'll bring this to blend with the bottom shape. Look, you guys, we have this shape here and another one. This is quite tricky, this is very tricky because we need to blend the forms. This is something that beginners will struggle a lot, and I will create another shape, clicking here in edit and plane like this. Okay, and I will create a kind of depth. Okay, for this one like this. I will duplicate, make this a bit white. This one here we need to be applied above. All right, I'll duplicate this again, and not now. I'll just show you. Convert this to curves. Convert this to curves and bring this onto here. Okay, this curve onto here. Okay, and you need to connect these points. We have a gap on here. All right, we have a gap between these shapes. In order to do this, you need to design. Let me click here. I will create onto here and apply here below. And look, we have this shape here, and I will blend this. It's the same technique that I did before. Remember about the coffee, it's the same technique that I've used. You need to click here, add, change the color, and you guys will see the result already. And of course you can adjust the gaps that we have, but for now it's good. Alright, like this. Let's create the depth for this one below. Okay, like this. I've just duplicated. The tricky point about isometric, what you guys need to do is to duplicate. Is to duplicate the first shape that you guys have, and as this has a lot of forms, I can just convert this to curves and connect the points. Okay, this is the tricky point that you guys can have. Okay. All right, look, and just adjust here. In this situation that I have, I'm not going to make all the sides, you know, for the colors of this shape here, because this shape here is complex and it takes time to adjust this, you know. If you want to be artist, if you want to be designer, you need to, you know, to do everything, you know. Most of the thing that is very important is the patience. Let me just click here, and here you go. All right, so the bottom side is created, and let's see what. Yeah, almost done, guys. I will try to create even more objects, you know. Let's just finish this. The wells, we have wells for the chair. Of course, like this. Duplicate, okay, duplicate, resize, bring this a bit too dark, okay, like this. And look, you don't need to follow, you know, all the perspective, because as I told you, try to focus on the meaningful objects, okay. These small objects, you don't need to follow exactly, you know, all the directions. If you are, you know, thinking about 3D, you know, to make this in 3D, you take, I think, a huge time, you know. You would spend a huge time design these objects one by one, and using the vector in this situation that I have is so far faster. Okay, and create just the wardrobe here, I guess. I'll create the depth, you know, by creating this stroke. Just a stroke is enough. Okay, duplicate this onto here. Oh, look. And let me see my one. We have this shape here. I'm using the side, all right, the side, edit in plane, and create this. I'll bring this to a bit white. I will try to create now that you guys know my workflow. I will try to create this faster. All right, like this, white, and the top. I have this snapping on here. I will fix this snapping later on, because you guys have an option on here, you know, that you can activate and change the snapping, because sometimes your isometric will try to follow the grid, you know, this pinky grid. And if I click on here at the top, you guys can see the pixel that I have, you know. This is a pixel, and look how nice it is. If you're planning to build a game made as isometric in pixel, you can use this tool as well, you know. And I'm building this as vector, but as you guys can see, as this is a small object, you know, you guys can design this to be a pixel. All right, I think this needs to be dark because of the shadow here, you know. There is a gap on here, and make this a bit white. My one is white, as I can see. Okay, I will make this a bit dark. And look, I would just group this. All right, I would just group this, and I will make it onto here. Okay, look the result that we got so far. And I would just adjust here the color. All right, I was not thinking about the color right now. My walls here is black. Let me show you. You know, this is a kind of sponge. There's other objects on here, but I will try to design this later on, not now. And this is a white wall. I'll bring this into here like this. I will copy this color on here. Okay, press I and click. The same is for this one, but in this situation I'll make this a bit as dark. Copy this color, and here we go. Look, you know, this stage here that I'm doing right now, the color is so far nice than just to build the shape. So you guys need to enjoy all the process, you know. Somehow you perhaps you get I think bored on, you know, in some stages of your artwork. And keep in mind, guys, one thing that is, let me open my screen, my entire screen. Look, I want to give you a very big advice. All the things that you guys will build will take time, okay? And if you want to have a good work, a nice design, you need to invest your time. Perhaps most of you are here just to learn the things, you know, but boom, in a quick way. But this is not the thing that works. You need to learn, see how the things works, practice. I think without practice, you guys can't do nothing. Okay, there is no miracle that you guys will just watch this and do the things already. But my patrons, you know, the guys that follow me on the Patreon, or even on here, you know, few of you really learn, you know, but just by practice, you know. But this is my device, you know, that I want to share with you, okay, before we dig even more into this process that I'm showing you. Okay, and let me show you, let me back here my screen. And this is the result that we got, okay, for now. I will continue this in the next lesson, okay. I have other things to continue here, but most of the things that I have on here, you know, is much more about details and create some lines, you know. I will create even more objects on here, you know, perhaps a patterns, you know, even a pattern that I will try to create on here. I will show you in the next lesson how you guys can create a pattern. All right, so this is the result for now that we got. Let me group all of them. I have all the layers on here. Okay, this one, let me just select on here. The keyboard is here. Okay, select and group. Take your time to group your project, because you know there is a lot of layers, and I think you guys don't want to mess your project. You know, the desk is here. Let me group it. The walls is here. What you guys can do in this situation here that I have, let me just group them better. This one here. Look, look how nice is this. I have the this is the object that I've created, all right, and this is the room. And if you want to make a, you know, a SimCity game or something like that, isometric games, you can, you know, just duplicate and create this, you know, just to show you, okay, example. There's a lot of stuff that you guys can do, really. And I'm not caring a lot about the color adjustments, you know, but what you guys can do is create, you know, the color overlay, and click here color, and you can change this color on here. Look how amazing is, you know, this thing here that I'm doing. You can make this as pinky, you know, and this is just the room, okay. This is just a room, and these are going to be applied in all the, you know, the shapes that is grouped on here, you know, the sides of this wall, you know. This is the thing, and I can make this a bit more white, or the ground's white, like this, okay. And again, if you click here in this FX, you guys can change the color, okay. This is the technique that you guys are watching right now, that you can change the color without change all the shapes one by one, all right. And guys, I hope you enjoyed this lesson. I know that is not so, can be, even for me, I was doing this and repeating the same process, and perhaps is, not so, oh, there's a lot of new things, but you need to see this. Okay, you need to learn. And I hope you guys enjoyed as well. And thank you guys. I hope to continue this in another lesson, or I will try to finish this by myself and show you the result. I will make a vote if you guys want to watch all the process, because this will take a lot of time if I do in the version that I'm expecting to do, because I want to do a big project, a very nice project. Okay, and guys, thank you so much. I hope to see you in the next time. And you can watch, just to wrap up this, you can see this tutorial that I did on my Patreon. Okay, you guys can grab and watch this tutorial. Okay, this one was very nice, and I hope to see you in the next lesson. See you guys, bye.